Bro, I am sick right now. And I'm talking about literally. Like, I'm really sick. And, like, I'm stuffed up, but, pause. I'm, like, literally laying here, snotty tissue in my nose, bro. Like, I could barely breathe. And I'm just praying to God. Like, I'm really praying to the big man upstairs that this is not real. Now, Floyd Mayweather has went on record time and time again and said that Mike Coppinger puts out false information. So let's take Floyd Mayweather's word on this right here because I'm praying, just praying that this is false news, false reports. It says that breaking welterweight champion Terence Crawford and David Avanesyan have signed contracts for a pay-per-view fight on December 10th in Omaha, Nebraska, Crawford told Mike Coppinger. Now, Terence Crawford told Mike Coppinger this verbally out his own mouth. I thought this was clickbait, but this is ridiculous if this is true. And Errol Spence, I seen Errol Spence go on Twitter today, and he made a post and was like, "Yeah, he said something along the lines of, hold on, let me see, it's down here. Errol Spence said, N-word been stalling for months. I could have fought in November." So Errol Spence must have already heard rumblings that a potential fight was brewing, that, Terence Crawford could be taking the fight. And I've been saying it, bro. Like, I've been saying it. This confirms what I've been saying. I said if the fight didn't get announced and the fight didn't happen, I think this was in August I said this. I said if we don't get no news by September, I said there's no fight and they're never going to fight. Now, this is further proof that we're not getting no fight in January. And as I told y'all, I said, look, if they reschedule and they say that it's going to be January, it's going to switch from January, and then they're going to say, okay, the fight going to happen later on in 2023. They're going to just keep switching. They're going to keep moving the goalposts. They're going to keep rescheduling a fight date. But I told y'all this fight is not happening. And it took me a while before I came to the realization. And Terence Crawford, bro, quack, 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 duck, mighty duck. And I told y'all, bro, like, this is my theory on this, right? As you all seen, Floyd Mayweather snatched November the November date, which was 3 days before a potential fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford was supposed to happen, right? I believe that Floyd Mayweather somehow convinced them, hey, like, move the fight back. We're going to just be patient. We're going to make the fight. I think he, persuaded them to think that, hey, like, we're going to build it up. Like, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. The longer people wait, the better, the more people going to anticipate a fight, and it's going to be much bigger. I think Floyd did that, but all while trying to steal that date so he could get a fight, because he don't want that fight to happen. Now, this is just my theory. I could be wrong on that. That's the conspiracy side, but that's what I believe. And I think that Terence Crawford was just like, he don't think the fight's going to happen. So he just like, all right, well, look, I'm going to just take this fight date. They throwing me some money. And I'm going to just take this fight. I'm going to just take this fight versus this off-brand dude. So we'll see what Errol Spence is going to go from here. Personally, I think that Errol Spence should face Keith Thurman. He probably not going to. But that's the fight that I think that PBC and Showtime want anyway, because that fight right there is going to sell still, right? And I know Errol Spence do not want to fight Keith Thurman. but I think they're gonna end up fighting. I think that's the best ideal fight for Errol Spence right now. He should face Keith Thurman, and I think PBC and Al Hammond and them are going to really, Showtime. They're going to try to push for Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. That's my theory. I don't know if he moves up. We gonna see where he go from here. Errol Spence said he just adamant about not facing Keith Thurman, but if they throw him a bag and he see the money that he can make, Crawford knew to have that fight in Omaha, Nebraska, in his hometown. Because he knew if he went anywhere else, because he knew that people was gonna burn the house down if he fought anywhere else. They're gonna be out there like January 6th at the Capitol. So he knew to have it back at he knew to have it back in Omaha because he knew people weren't going to support that fight, and then they charging $30 for pay-per-view. Ain't nobody buying that, bruh. He'd be lucky to see 25 people at that fight. 25. Book it. Nobody's going to that fight. Nobody's going to watch that fight. $30, bruh. You should sell that ticket for $12 at best. $12 at best, my boy. But you're done. Crawford talking about something, the fight going to happen later on down the line. I was just suspicious about this anyway. It's a sad case for the fans. The fans got to suffer like this, and we ain't really been, getting no good fights for real, especially no big fights in boxing. But this is ridiculous, man. Like, this is a big disappointment, a huge letdown for the sport. It's probably best for Crawford to stay away anyway because, this might be the best thing for him. God do things for a reason because he was going to destroy Terence Crawford anyway. Somebody probably let him know, like, wouldn't advise you to fight Errol Spence, man. That dude's just a deadly body puncher, and he's just going to destroy you. Crawford wouldn't have been able to take that man punches, man. He better hope he get past this off-brand dude because people going to roast him hard. Errol Spence a real one, like we've been saying. We've been saying this for so long. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box.